How about that fat cocksucker
that
walked down on the court?
I want to talk about that guy.
I want to beat the fuck out. I tweeted about him.
Did you really?
Yeah. What a piece of shit.
I can't believe that he, so many years later, is still such an asshole. Because this guy, watch the documentary if you haven't, but this guy, so he got punched in the face by Ron Artest. And it's because he ran up to Ron Artest looking to punch him.
Yeah. So
then this guy, and they interview him because it was a big, that was a clip that they used
and that
a lot.
O'Neal dude, O'Neal, what's his first name? He played for the Pacers, number 7. Like, he's the guy who then...
who ran up? I can't
almost
remember.
Fucking ended this man's career. That dude... So, this is... In his interview,
this is the fan.
He says this at one point in the interview. He says, so, like, it's getting crazy, like... And all of a sudden, they start pushing everybody towards the exits, and next thing you know, I'm on the court. That was his exact quote from an interview. Like...
Well, my thing is...
And he's walking on the court like this. Double fist up.
Ready to go.
Like, not up, but, like, at his sides. Like
no, they were slightly elevated. They were slightly elevated.
And he's walking straight... Who was it?
Ron Artest.
Yeah, he's walking straight at Ron Artest. Literally like this, staring him dead look in the eye. Him and his buddy, like...
Squaring up. Just straight up squaring up.
And he's calling Ron Artest a scumbag in his interview for punching him.
And he goes...
I think he called him a pussy.
He called him a bunch of names, and then this fucking guy... God, I don't have my phone. We should look up this fucking guy's name.
I'll look it up.
Because this guy, who is such a piece of shit, he got banned, obviously, from all NBA events after that. And he goes, I can't believe they would treat a season ticket holder that way.
Yeah.
I can't believe what they did to me. And it's like, oh, this guy still thinks that he was in the right for doing something completely ludicrous. Like, this guy is just... It's weird when you... Because most of the time, when you see somebody be a piece of shit, I think you can sometimes just kind of feel like that's an isolated moment. They're having a rough time, and they're just a piece of shit. But this guy, to see someone on camera be so unaware of themselves and just show that they are a piece of shit year-round, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, was fascinating. There's something delusional about it. It is, and this guy was, I mean, just exactly what you would think. I'm telling you, watch a documentary. It's so good. It's really one of the most interesting events, I think, in professional sports ever, because that's the only time that's happened where that barrier between fan and player has been broken, and they've gone over that line and like busted in just all mayhem. And then there was a lot of weird stuff. I think that this was maybe just the way it was edited, but it seemed like it made it seem kind of like the cops maybe didn't try to stop it right away. But then that one guy like coming at Reggie Miller, like not knowing who Reggie Miller is. That's stupid. Reggie Miller.
Yeah, is Reggie Miller.
Yeah, Reggie. If Matthew knows like who Reggie Miller is, then that guy had no excuse. Because Reggie Miller, what a great player.
Jeremiah O'Neal. That's the guy I was talking.
That's the guy's name. Oh, that's the Pacers player. Yeah. He was great in that documentary.
Charlie Haddad.
Charlie, what a
look at that
stupid name.
Look at that asshole.
Oh my God. That guy, he's one of the most interesting parts of that documentary because he's.
I was so pissed off at him.
Me too.
But yeah, anyway, fuck that guy first of all. But back to the whole story. You know, you're watching you're hearing the players talk about what was going on the court, and then you're hearing the media say all this shit, like saying that like. The NBA put a dress code in place and stuff because of it, because they were acting too like
thug was the word.
Gangster. They used the word gangster a lot.
Thug was the word they kept repeating and showing over and over.
Athletes are saying, like, look at the video. We're on the court. There's like 15,000 Pistons fan storming the court, throwing shit at us, trying to fight us, and there's no security to be found, and there's only 12 of them on the whole roster, right?
Yeah.
of course, like they're gonna protect themselves. That's the most ridiculous.
Somebody
thing.
ripped out a chair and threw it at O'Neal.
Yeah, and it hit some guy. It hurt him bad.
Yeah. Man, just the craziest part probably is the way things got misconstrued in the media, because they kind of bring up this point. Basically, all the players do in that documentary is like, yeah, it's a scuffle on the basketball court. These were two teams that were very similar and were ultra competitive with each other.
Yeah, I mean,
scrape-ups are going to happen.
It was the Pacers' 7th game of the season, coming off of the season where they lost to the Pistons in the conference championship, in the conference finals.
Yeah. So, of course, like, dust-ups happen. That's a part of any sport, you know what I mean? Like, when you're out there, there's adrenaline and so much going on. You're obviously better suited to talk about that than I am, but of course this is going to happen. So, and it was calm. It was calming down, and then...
Boom.
That bottle.
Yeah. John Green, I believe, is the guy who threw whoops.
Wow. Shout out to The Fault in Our Stars.